Hey there, Ulti Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Kirby Triple Deluxe. In the last episode, we did all of Old Odyssey, and in this episode, before I go and get into Wild World, it's a new session for me, and so I have indeed learned that I missed, indeed, a HAL room in 1-3, I believe, is what I looked up. So I think what I'm missing for this little special secret is in this first room. Okay, thanks, Kirby, for being supposedly the better Kirby wiki. You actually don't have the information I need. Meanwhile, the actual Kirby wiki, well, not the one that's related to Wikia, specifically actually makes sure to say, hey, it's the second room, not the first one. So, good job, Kirby. You're missing crucial information. So... a whole lot of work. All just for one little Easter egg. Didn't want to do that. I actually genuinely did not want to do that. So, one second. Okay, this time I'll be more careful and not jump on the thing. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's good enough. There wasn't like any sort of like indication or sign. But I can go back there now because I actually took the right path. Here we go. So, if you do that, in this very particular way, we get Dream Collection music. And a Triforce sticker. And here we are, the HAL room. Interesting selection of abilities it's got here. I'll go fighter. Alright, so that's the first of 3 HAL rooms in this game. They start getting a little overindulgent with them at times, but now that we're done, I don't really need the keychains. So, I also don't really need to replay the entire stage again. So now that that's all done, and I've shown off my folly, it's time to get started with Animal Crossing Wild World. Stage 1. You know, playing with the 3DS, like how I mentioned before, with it's like being almost like a keyboard-esque thing almost. It really kind of reminds me of the old days of my content when I would mostly play on like emulator and stuff. And I would do keyboard controls for most things. Like old Mega Man games and the original Kirby Let's Plays were done on keyboard. It was just weird. Hi, Bandanity. Thanks for your ice cream. Hornhead. Yep. can't see any of my transformations. If I got a gold one now, it'll be embarrassing. Alright, now we can cut these open. Huzzah. You know, one thing I do have to say, while I'm looking forward to the, well, I'm looking forward to Return to Dreamland Deluxe coming out in a month for me, and a few months ago for by the time you guys actually get to see this. I am kind of surprised and a little disappointed that it wasn't Triple Deluxe. Or Planet Robobot that got... a remake. Mostly because, like... Mostly because I just think which of these three games, not even necessarily is most deserving of a remake, but which ones arguably need it the most. And to me, Return to Dreamland, by virtue of being on the Wii and / Wii U, like, I feel like it had more reach, and, like, a full fair shake, I don't know. Whereas these games on the 3DS... I'm not saying that nobody plays the 3DS, of course people play the 3DS. But, like, especially Planet Robobot being a late 3DS edition, relatively. But, just in a general sense, I don't know, like, visually, gameplay-wise, I feel like it would just, like, be really nice to have had Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot, one of the two. Or maybe they just didn't know what to name Triple Deluxe, because, like, you can't exactly call it Triple Deluxe Deluxe now, can you? Or maybe you can. Honestly, I would probably call it that. If it were up to me. I feel like at that point it would probably be, like, Triple Deluxe HD or something. I don't know. Hey look, bananas! I like bananas. I don't know, I'm mostly just thinking about this because, like, there was new information about Return to Dreamland Deluxe that came out literally the day before recording this. So, like, it's on my mind, especially. And, like, visually, I think the game looks amazing. But I was also just playing... I don't know. It just makes me think, like, man, imagine what this game would look like, here and now, in HD. Because, like, some of these areas look really cool, but, like, when I look at the background, I'm like, yeah, that's not exactly, like, super detailed or high poly or anything. It's just like, yep. It's aesthetically cool, but, like, it's not exactly, like, groundbreaking. But, like, then I think about how some stages have looked in Kirby Fighters and Kirby Fighters 2 and Super Kirby Clash on the Switch, and I'm like, damn, these look freaking amazing! Imagine, and the entire game looking like that. So, I don't know. To me, the idea of the remake, especially of these modern Kirby games, where, like, they're... Because, like, from a gameplay standpoint, it's not like Return to Dreamland was an outdated game. It's mostly with that it was a visual thing. Hey, we can kill a bird on! So, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like in this day and age, especially for these games, like, graphically is partially the entire reason you would want to even do a remake of one of these things. And so, like, to me, that makes me think, which Kirby games visually need a remake the most? And of course, my answer to that is... Ow. Damn. 2 burn-ons for the price of 1. Well, you're just sitting there. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a planned thing in mind. I don't know. I could definitely see them doing it. Also, I feel like another Kirby game that probably deserves a remake, as much as I don't want one, is Rainbow Curse. Simply because, like, the Wii U was just not really a console that people used. The only tricky thing is, like, how the hell do you remake that without a gamepad? It would require a lot of work. And perhaps it's not worth it. Not necessarily a remake, but one game that I'm genuinely shocked still has never shown up ever is, Tilt and Tumble. Because it's not like the 3DS didn't have a gyroscope. So, like, why did they never re-release it on Virtual Console or anything? Foley. Grizzo. Gold Waddle Dee. Coozer. I don't know. It's just, like, my thoughts. I've still never played Tilt and Tumble. At this point, right now, right here and now. Actually, no, technically I have played Tilt and Tumble. I was gonna say Tilt and Tumble is one of 2 Kirby games. 3. Okay, actually it's 3 Kirby games that I haven't played. There are only 3 Kirby games that I haven't really played, but I technically have played Tilt and Tumble. It was one of the first Kirby games I did ever play because I rented it from Blockbuster when I was... Would have been... Came out in 2000? I would have been 4 or 5. It wasn't exactly a game I played much of. I didn't really grasp it. I don't have any remembery? I don't have any memory of it, necessarily. But I do remember that it was at least a thing that I did. I did play the game at some point, a little bit. But yeah, I've always kind of wanted to try Tilt and Tumble. But really, genuinely, the only possible way of doing that is... is just buying an original cartridge on eBay. And the thing for me, for that, is I haven't really specifically wanted to do that too much. Until it is the final Kirby game that I need to 100%. Because I do have this idea of wanting to 100% every single Kirby game. Including spin-offs. I think I mentioned it before. It is a plan someday, and currently, aside from, obviously, Return to Dreamland Deluxe, I have 100%ed every single mainline title. And aside from Extra Epic Yarn, I've 100%ed all the platformers as well. Mostly the only Kirby games that I've not 100%ed. Ah! Bar. Not a Gavila. Even though Gavila was still like what my brain immediately thought of. Canvas Curse Brain Rot. Alright, Waddle Dee, I'll eat your cherries. Okay, you're in the way. You're in the way of my bombs. But yeah, I have 100%ed... I can just kind of go through the list, I suppose, of every Kirby game I played and which ones I haven't. So I have, obviously, every Kirby game that I've Let's Played, I played. Dreamland 1. I've done Kirby's Adventure. I played that all through on stream. I'm not sure, actually, if I 100%ed it completely. I might not have done, like, Versus Boss. Or the Extra Mode. I don't know exactly if other people would count that. I would probably count it enough to make it probably potentially worth going back to at some point down the line. But I streamed that a while back in my, like, 2017 attempt at a Kirby Marathon that I just didn't actually finish because I got tired of it. But there was an attempt made, and that's the important part. I don't think I want Wheel anymore. It's easier to just ignore the spin-offs, because I still kind of don't mentally remember the exact order of the early game spin-offs too well. So Dreamland 2, I've obviously 100%ed. I should probably say this in an actual video at some point. Because, like, I said it during the aforementioned live stream thing. But nowhere else. So it is probably just nice to at least frickin' say at any point. In my original Kirby's Dream Land 2 Let's Play, I cheated. I did not actually 100% the game. Not legitimately, at least. I did most of it correctly. However, what I did not do was I did not get through the boss rush legitimately. Specifically, I used the save state between Sweet Stuff and Ice Dragon because I was consistently beating most of them without taking damage, but I would occasionally take damage at Sweet Stuff, and I didn't like fighting Sweet Stuff. So at some point during my recording session, I was just like, screw it, I'm not putting up with this. I'm making a save state between Sweet Stuff and Ice Dragon. So the rest of that boss rush playthrough was it used that save state. It was the only save state I made, but it was still a save state. It was just so that I didn't have to keep resetting at Sweet Stuff whenever I got hit once. However, when I did do my Kirby Marathon in 2017, I was playing on Dream Collection, on console, Warp Star, ought to be 2 words. Well, I guess that one's potentially a little more. I'm thinking because of Kirby Air Ride, but that might be a Pop Star thing, where like Planet Pop Star was 2 words in Kirby 64, but has been sort of changed into 1 word in time since. I actually don't know about Warp Star. Wheel Kirby! Masher! From Dreamland 2. And the Dimension Mirror from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, hell yeah. And Invincibility Candy! Ooh, another spooky stage. What was I just talking about? Kirby games I played. So yeah, Dreamland 2, so like when playing that one on console, that was like my main goal. I didn't mention this until I made sure that I could actually beat it. Because I was still mentally like concerned with my pride. But as soon as I did it legitimately, entirely on console without any save state, I was like, okay, I'm admitting the truth now. Would I have admitted the truth otherwise? It's a very stupid thing to lie about, but honestly knowing me, probably not. Which is a lesson to be learned, I suppose. But yeah. Either way, I have absolutely 100%ed Dreamland 2 now. There's no question about that. Or at least, I've done all the individual elements to 100% the game. I don't know if I actually have a 100%ed save file. I don't remember if I did, like, the bonus chance 100% when I did my marathon. I might have ignored that. But, oh well. Anyway, the gimmick here is just kind of, you know, look at the mirror and you can see what's going on. Ow! Mistakes are being made. Superstar. I don't have a 100% save file for that anymore, because, for whatever reason, Dream Collection decided to eat my save data. So the 100% save file that I made during my Let's Play doesn't exist anymore, and I found that out when recording footage for my Big Star Allies comparison video thing. So I have to re-100% that game at some point. And we all know how much I love Kirby Superstar, so that will be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I might just do that at some point. My only real question is, do I do it on Dream Collection again, which has already been proven to not like my Superstar save file? And potentially will have awkward, like, controls and stuff? Or do I do it on the Nintendo Switch Online, which will have far better controls for sure, but also will potentially just not be a save file I can come back to if when the time comes and, like, you know, Switch isn't the current console anymore. So it's like, I have that thought in me. It's also a thought that relates to Kirby's Dream Course as well. But either way, it's just, I don't know. But I have 100% of Superstar before. I did that in my Let's Play way back when. So, there's no question about whether or not I did it, it's just I don't have the save file anymore. I have the proof, just not the save file. You can't hide from me! Unless you can. Dreamland 3, unless Dream Collection ate it, I do still have that one 100%ed. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that one again. I could, but I don't know if I want to. Honestly, if I did, I would probably use restore points or whatever the Nintendo Switch Online thing is for save states, because man, the jump minigame was so annoying to get through, and Super NES MG5 is also really annoying, especially because, like, you can get through all at the end, but then if you mess up one darn Chef Kawasaki sound thing, it's like, oops! And you have to do the whole thing over again. That isn't to say anything about the boss push, although I don't know. Either way, it's annoying, but I've 100% of Dreamland 3. 100% of Kirby 64 as well. Although, I have, in the time since, I've found out that there's, like, you get special bonuses for doing even better on the boss rush of Kirby 64 than I thought. I don't know if I would really count that as 100%ing the game, but I mean, 100%ing Kirby 64 is really weird, because it literally only counts Crystal Shards. You can 100% that game without beating 0-2. It's really weird. Nothing to eat over here. So yeah, Kirby 64, I've 100%ed. Then after that, it becomes a lot easier. I've 100% of Nightmare in Dreamland, that was a Let's Play, and I did it back in the day. Back in the day, I also beat Meta Nightmare, so that's not even a question for me. I've 100% Amazing Mirror on stream, on video. Canvas Curse, I have 100%ed. I did not do that on video, but I have done it, and I showed off my save file for that. It The only thing I haven't done there is get triple A ranks on all of the minigames. Which you don't need to do, you only need a single A rank. And if I ever try to get triple A ranks, you know that it's a call for help. Squeak Squad, 100%ed, easy peasy. Superstar Ultra, 100%ed. Not easy peasy, but still did it. That was also on footage. The original game was done on emulator in the Let's Play, but I have 100% save file on my actual DS. Including full Help the Hero, to show off the original bonus movies. Epic Yarn on Wii, I have 100%ed, I got everything there. Mass Attack, I 100%ed! And I have immense regret, but I did do it. Return to Dreamland, I actually found out I technically I have 100%. But not as far as, like, what I want. Specifically. I don't have all platinum medals of the of the challenge stages in Extra Game, I found out. Because it was something I brought up in that Let's Play with Tor, that I wasn't sure if I ever did that. I got platinums in the main stages, but not the extra stages. So that's something to do, technically, on the original Wii release. So that's fun. Megalore! Hi! I was just talking about Return to Dreamland, and you're in that. And hey, look! It's Return to Dreamland! Cookie Country. Nope. He took the exit! How dare he! I will consume you. So yeah. Then there's Dream Collection, which I have gotten a full platinum rank on all the new challenge stages in that. Triple Deluxe here, obviously you saw my 100% save file. Rainbow Curse, I have 100%ed, and it was certainly a thing. Eat the piano. It's the mad piano from Kirby. From, you know. Everybody knows the mad piano from Kirby. Flying Robot, I've 100%ed. It's kind of a similar vein to this game. Star Allies, I 100%. I 200%ed Star Allies, pretty much. The only thing I haven't done there is beat guest Star Allies with every single guest star. And yeah, I don't want to do that. And then Forgotten Land, I've 100%ed. So that's neat. I guess just to quickly wrap up this list, with 3DS Restore Points, I did 100%. I did beat Pinball Land. I beat Kirby's Avalanche. Dream Course I have not beaten, let alone 100%ed. I didn't get a gold keychain there. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to replay that stage eventually. Block Ball I have beaten, but not 100%ed. I also didn't get the secret ending, which is basically the 100% method of that. What are other early Kirby games? Star Stacker, I thought I 100%ed, but I actually haven't. Superstar Stacker, I have played because it's on Super Famicom Online, so I can just play that now. I barely touched it, though. It's so hard for me to remember the early Kirby games sometimes. But I think I mentioned all the early spin-offs. Tilt and Tumble I don't own. Air Ride I've 100%ed, although I kind of want to redo that one because my 100% save file has some of the purple check boxes. So I want to, like, I almost want a fresh, clean sweep that I can just do all the challenges for and not use any of the purples. Like, basically, like, they're freebies that you can select and choose on anything. So I want to redo that. At some point, maybe. Kirby Fighters Deluxe, I've 100%ed. Dee Dee's Dream Dash Deluxe, I fully platinumed. Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, I got every single heroic mission. Yes, I am insane. Kirby's Blowout Blast and Kirby Battle Royale are the only other two Kirby games that I have not played. I've never even touched... oh, wait, no. I'm forgetting. I also haven't touched Kirby's Dream Buffet yet. That one's the newest one. I own all three of those games, but I just haven't gotten around to playing any of them yet. Kirby Fighters 2, I barely started, and Super Kirby Clash, I've basically begun the grind to 100% that, but I also stopped playing it. And I haven't touched it in like 2 years, so... Slow grind. Either way, that's my whole Kirby thing. Anyways, the reason why I'm sticking around is because, like I mentioned last episode, I just kind of want episodes to not be 50 minutes, so I'm sticking with more like a 30-minute mark. So, I'm splitting the worlds in half now. So, next time on Let's Play Kirby Triple Deluxe, we're gonna go to Stage 4. See you guys then.